Hello guys, it's time for another camera test, and this time I'm filming using the Ulefone Gemini, which is another budget dual camera smartphone which, according to the spec sheet, is supposed to offer a 5 megapixel / 30 megapixel camera setup on the rear and an interpolated 8 megapixel front camera. So I'm recording with the front camera right now. It's interpolated from 5 megapixels to 8 megapixels. Quality is not the best, but it's acceptable. I mean, this phone does only cost $130, so you can't expect too much. Regarding the rear camera, I'm disappointed. If you remember back, Ulefone did publish a few samples that allegedly have been taken with the Ulefone Gemini. And actually those samples look quite stunning, but reality doesn't even come close. And the reason for this is that they are a little liars. The camera inside of this isn't a 5 plus 13 megapixel combo, it is a VGA plus 13 megapixel combo. It's actually the very same camera combination, very same sensors as on the Ukitel U20 Plus, which didn't perform too well in the camera department. So that's actually quite disappointing, and the SLR mode is really not usable at all. It just looks like crap. You can't get proper pictures with a nice bokeh like they advertise. It's just really unusable. It makes no sense to build a dual camera inside this phone that really does perform that bad. But single camera mode is actually surprisingly good on this phone. It uses a Panasonic sensor, and at daylight with proper lighting conditions it does really good pictures. Especially macro shots and close-ups look really sharp, great colors. I need to test a bit more with landscape shots, haven't done much of them yet, but they also look pretty promising. So single camera mode, heads off Ulefone, well done on this phone. Again, you have to consider the price tag of $130, and you also have to consider what other stuff this phone boasts. It has a full metal body, unibody design, which is pretty decent for a phone of this price tag. You don't see that much that often. And it also has a proper sensor equipment, so we have a gyroscope and compass and everything there. So yeah, in general it's not a bad phone. But back to topic, camera. So let's switch to the main camera and see if it doesn't only perform well in photo mode but also in video mode. Alright, so here is the rear camera. Quality looks decent on the screen, but of course the rear quality can only be judged on the computer. So when I pan, there is a tiny bit of a lag, but that might just be the preview of the video. And according to the spec sheet and the camera settings, this rear camera supports electronic image stabilization. So let's walk. And yep, it definitely does. It's not perfect, but it's definitely stabilized. Again, not bad at all for a phone that costs just $130, right? So next, let's test if there is autofocus, since this is missing on most Chinese budget phones. And yep, without touching the screen, the focus is set properly and it works just fine. Definitely not bad at all. So that's all for this camera test. You will next see some sample pictures taken with the Ulefone Gemini. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.